I've made a folder that I called from Angular to MongoDB, and in this folder I put these two folders or two applications, the client-side application here, 0.1 directive, and then I have 0.4 server routing router, which holds my Node application, as you can see here. Let's just have a look at how they what they do, these two applications. So I'll go to my console, and then as you can see here, I'm in the right directory, so I can go to 0.1, and in here I happen to have this the gulp file, so that means I can just boot up my application by typing gulp. And I have asked gulp to boot up both Chrome and Firefox. As you can see, this is my application. It doesn't do that much. Show some products. I cannot do anything with it, just showing some products. So I'll just close these two and stop this one. And then I will go to the 0.4, the server application. And when I type gulp here, as you can see, I have my gulp file as well here. I will boot up the Chrome, and in this one it will go directly to a URL with API products, which will show some products. Let's just have a look at the server-side code first. The server-side code is organized, so I have this should be, I can just rename this folder to app instead. So this is my application I will work with, and inside this folder I have a source folder which holds my server-side code, and I would like to put my client-side code beside this one. So I will have in source, I will have server and client. Let's just have a look at the server-side code first. Here I have a lot of comments. You can go and read these comments in the at GitHub. So I will not go through these comments. Just I would like to show where I got this products data from. I have a router, and this router have a route that gives me to the API products. So when I try to get API products, I will go to the router, the route products, and execute the method getAll. And if I go to my route folder here, I have an API folder, as you can see. Here I have my products, and this resembles this this variable, which is my product module. So in the routes folder, in the API folder, I have a products .js file, and that's this one. So in this module, I like to execute this getAll, and getAll just returns some JSON, and this JSON object has two properties, type and data. And data is an array, as we can see here in the browser, that we have type getAll, and data is an array with these two, name beer 1 and beer 2. So this is all it can do right now. Actually, it can do more than that. I can test that. If I go here, you can see I have the methods get, the request methods get, put and delete, and I have post as well. So it's possible for me to get a product with an ID. It's possible to put a product with an ID and delete a product with an ID. And then I can post a product. That means I like to create a product. As you can see here in the route, it's possible here to create something. And in this case, I've just sent the request body back just to see that it works. So this is a very simple skeleton for the server, and I would like to just walk through shortly the client-side application. As we can see, there's a dev folder here, and this is the folder I would like to transfer down here to source. And inside here I have my Angular application, which is quite simple. I have here a directive, product widget, and the product widget is here. This is my HTML for that. And as you can see here in the controller, here I have my function product widget, which will use this template. And then it's possible to, when I click the Buy Me button, it will just log out which product has been clicked. And then I have a service, and this is where we would do some modifications, because instead of reaching out for this JSON file, we would like to reach out for the API when we have connected the Node application with MongoDB. So let me just first transfer this. I'll just kill this, and I would like to go back to my 01 directive, and inside here I have the dev folder, and I would like to move this dev folder to my source folder down here. So I will use the move dev to 04. Oh, sorry, now it's not 04 anymore, it's called app. And inside app I will go to source, and I would like to name it client. So as we can see here, now we have the client down here, and directory up here we can just delete that. We don't need that anymore because it's just empty with some node modules. That goes for the gulp application or gulp file. So I'll just go here and delete the folder. So now my structure is this. I have my application, and inside my application I have some node modules, which is what I use for gulp. And then I have my source files, and the source files, that means this is where I develop my application. In a later video perhaps I will make a build folder besides the source folder, so I have the finished product, and then here I have the client and the server, and I just need to set up the server so it points to the right, to the correct client application. So I'll just shut this down. I don't need that anymore. And here in my application I would like to set up where to point for my Angular application. So just below the body parser I would like to add the path for, or where should Express look for my HTML code. So it would be app.use. That means I will use some middleware. I will like to plug in something to Express, and what I would like to plug in is the static. That means the static path to some HTML, where to look first, and here I would like to use the built-in module path, and path I have to require that as well here. So it will be var path equals require path, and I don't need to install it because it comes with Express. I just have to invoke it. So here I'll use path to join two values. The first one is the directory name, and that is actually the directory name of where this application runs on the server, and I would like to combine that with a string, and this string is dash client. That means instead of going from taking this directory name that is here in the server, I have to step back and then go into client, and it will look for something called index. So this will actually help me to execute my Angular application. So let's have a look if it works. So here in my I have to come back to my path because I just deleted my 0.1 directory. So I have to go into frameworks and from Angular. Will be here. Angular to from Angular to MongoDB. Let's see here. Here we have our application, and here we can run our gulp. So as we can see here, it runs this one. I have to change that, but right now I'm running my my Angular application. So I'll just go and change in my gulp file here that it has to go just straight to the Angular application. So when I go back here and kill it and try again, yes, now it works directly to 4000, which is my Angular application running here.